It is Dallas Cowboys Executive Vice President Stephen Jones. Good afternoon, sir.
Good afternoon, guys. How you doing?
Well, we're doing great, with the exception of, are you worried that our expectations for 50-point games will be too high after two of the last three games ended with 50-plus points? That's what I'm feeling like I'm expecting now.
Well, I don't think so. I know we hold ourselves. I know Dak and company hold themselves to a high bar, but certainly it was nice to go out there and get in the rhythm and execute, and we certainly understand the situation and the circumstances, but it was still good to be able to go out and execute and have success. And, at the end of the day, you're still playing against professional football players, and it was good to have that success as we head into the playoffs.
I'm sure you're watching yesterday's football, Stephen. How excited were you to move up from number 4 to number 3?
Well, anytime you can improve your seeding, I think it's a good thing. And doesn't say anything one way or the other about who you'd rather play, whether it be the Rams, the Cardinals, or the 49ers. It's just gives you one little better chance that you might host if you were able to have success in your first playoff game, you might get another home game. So you just never know that, but it's always good. I think anytime you improve your seeding, it's a good thing.
Stephen, this is a kind of a two-part question, so my co-hosts are going to be very mad that I stole two questions with one. I get it. But
is it going to be longer than a minute and 5 like Chiafalo?
You keep talking, it will be. But so you guys go 6-0 in the division. You blast the division. That's got to feel great. Like winning the division, how important was that? But also, McCarthy talks about uncommon opponents frequently and how they're just different games. What is the preparation when it comes to uncommon opponents? So how good does it feel to win the division 6-0 and also preparation for uncommon opponents like the Niners?
Well, I just think it's it's outstanding anytime you can go against the NFC East. And I know, people can have their criticisms of how competitive the East has been the last 3 or 4 years. But at the end of the day, these are top-notch organizations with great resources, and to be able to sweep the division is always a good thing, much less win it. And certainly winning it's a big, big deal, and certainly fired up about that. That's the first box to check, and now we're the third seed in the playoffs, and we go to work, as you said, against an opponent we didn't play this year. So, they're going to be a big challenge. They're very physical on defense. They're physical on offense, running the football. Garoppolo seems like he's a gamer for sure, and they have some weapons that can hurt you when you look at their receiving core, especially Deebo Samuels. We loved him coming out of the draft, a Gamecock who really got our attention. He's been a great player at the NFL level and will create a lot of challenges for us.
Now, we're going to put you to the test just a little bit. You talked about running through the division. Just the third time in franchise history the Cowboys have gone undefeated in a divisional schedule. Can you tell us the other teams that were in the Capital Division in 1969 when you guys also did this?
I'm afraid I'm going to fail that test, so I'm not even going to attempt.
Well, believe it or not, it was remarkably similar. It was y'all, Washington, Philly, and then also the New Orleans Saints.
Cardinals.
No, the Saints. Yes, if you want to impress anybody with football knowledge today, it was the Saints in the Capital Division. You're welcome.
Oh, well, I'll try that one on a few of my Cowboy buffs that I have that just think they know anything and everything about Cowboy history. I'll try that one on them.
That's a great point. From here on out, I really think when we do the interview, since you provide us with content, we should provide you with content to take out into the world and impress your friends.
Yeah, we'll help you out there.
I like it.
So you mentioned the word physicality, and that is something that it seems like the 49ers thrive on. Our newest insider, Bobby Belt, who I believe you know, is just emailed this, and he has a lot of stuff of the Cowboys talking about the physicality of Denver, Kansas City, and Arizona in the losses this year. What is the issue with physicality specifically to this Cowboys team that they can have problems with?
Well, I just think anytime you play against a team who's who's committed to the run, which the 49ers have been in their success that they've had, I guess, over the last 9 games. I guess they're 7-2. And then, of course, on defense, they've got some big physical players, in that defensive front. And I think anytime you play a team that is committed to that and they draft to that, then you're going against their strength. And, historically we felt like we've been physical in the front, especially the offensive front. But we're going to need to bring our A game in terms of being physical and, feel like we can do that.
Stephen, some people have said this offense has kind of been wonky at times. It's kind of been a little bit of a roller coaster. What can the Cowboys offense do to give Dak his best opportunity to take advantage of what San Francisco is giving?
Well, I think if we can go out there and have success running the football, then it seems to be everybody's magic number. I know it is with Mike when he talks, and Kellen when they talk to Jerry and I and Will. If you get in there and you look up when the game's over and you run the ball 30 times, then that's a good indicator of being physical and executing on the offensive side of the ball. And to me that'd be a big deal, a big number for us if we could pull that off. And I know everybody wants to run the football. I know San Francisco is going to feel the same way, but we've just got to get in there and. Zeke showed what he can do the other night. He had, he didn't play the whole game, but had 18 carries and, had a productive night. So I think those are all big, positive things, especially as you get into playoff football. We're obviously going to be in a great weather, in our first home game, but you never know where you might end up on the road and what that might bring in. Obviously, being physical running the football is a big deal when you get into inclement conditions.
You feel good about you feel good about Tony Pollard's availability this weekend? Absolutely.
He'll be ready to roll and feel great about him, and obviously feel like we're a much better offense when you've got Zeke and Pollard out there running the football. I think they're great compliments to one another. I think it helps our complementary football in terms of what we do as an offense, and be great to have him back when we line up against the 49ers.
I don't know if nerve-wracking is the right phrase or how you would describe it, but another thing to factor into the playoff run, aside from matchups and everything, is you have to keep people off of the COVID list. Like, how big of a factor is that throughout not just the regular season, but especially now that you're into the playoffs?
It is. I mean, obviously we push. It's in the messaging nonstop that we've got to make sacrifices in terms of what we're doing as players, as coaches, et cetera, in terms of trying to stay as healthy as possible. And we all know how contagious this variant is, and we just have to really conduct ourselves in a way that give us a chance to stay virus-free and give us an opportunity to put our best 48 guys out there to go out and beat the 49ers.
The Cedric Wilson was a star of the show on Saturday night, and it was a great time to be alive for him. What do you think he earned around the league? Like, you think there were more eyeballs now checking out Cedric Wilson, and how does he help you guys going forward?
Well, he's just the ultimate team player, and we laugh around the building, not laugh. I mean, we're so respectful around the building. Is whenever he gets opportunities, all he does is step up, make plays, and it's great to have him on our team. Certainly, you miss a talented guy, a skilled guy like Michael Gallup, and what he brings to the table. But to be able to have Ced Wilson, for that matter, too, Noah Brown and Malik Turner, we've just got a good group of guys who are ready to step up when need be.
Now, we talked about COVID. You talked about Tony Pollard coming back. Are there any, whether it's from the game on Saturday or just in general, lingering injury potential issues that we need to keep an eye out on this week?
No, I just feel like, we've got a great opportunity here to be as healthy as we've been. And obviously that's barring something unforeseen, but we feel really good, other than the obvious guys who are on IR, we feel really good about the health of this football team.
Now, we're talking with Stephen Jones right here on 105 Through the Fan. You're also a member of the competition committee. Now, I don't think this is actually a competition committee or a rules committee issue, but I'm hoping that you can get this to the right people that need to make this decision. How do we get the games to just be called the name of the day that they're played on? Like, there was a Monday Night Football doubleheader on Saturday. Why can we just not say that it's not on Monday when it's on a Saturday?
Well, we'll certainly address that for you.
Appreciate that.
You kind of get the leeway to what these guys want to call things who are kind of writing you the check. So unless it's just something that's an issue, we'll probably continue as is as we move forward.
Well, fair enough. I appreciate you going to bat for me there.
Yeah, especially
I really do.
he's doing that for you.
Yeah,
That's awesome,
I appreciate
man.
that very much.
Steven, my kids need to go to private school, and I need a lot of more money. Who should I bet on tonight? Georgia -2 or Alabama +2?
I tell you one thing, I couldn't tell you what two. I mean, all I know is those are the two best football teams in college, and I can't wait to watch the game. It's field will be loaded with future NFL players. It's as good as it gets, and I mean, two great teams, two great coaches, two great institutions, and I don't think anyone would beg to differ that they're not the two best teams in college football, and it'll be a great game to watch.
All right, Stephen. Before we let you rock here, you got 100,000 watts to talk to all the Dallas Cowboys fans in the DFW area, most of Texas actually. Message as you prepare for this playoff game, and your message to anybody considering selling a ticket to a San Francisco 49ers fan.
Well, I just can't imagine you'd want to miss this one. And this is why you get involved. This is why you want to be a season ticket holder, a suite holder, a sponsor. This what it's all about is being in the tournament. Of course, who would have thought we'd end up having a great rivalry tradition and playing the 49ers here in Arlington and at AT&T Stadium. It's going to be an amazing game, and I wouldn't sell you tickets. I think I'd show up and have a great time and enjoy it.
Now, we've talked so much the last couple of weeks about what a weapon Brian Anger has become, and then obviously in the past we've talked to you about Zerline and everything like that. What's the confidence level in the special teams unit as a whole going into the playoffs when a lot of these games can be decided by the smallest of margins?
Well, I know obviously there's been a little question mark here and there about Zerline missing an extra point or two, but he seems to always bounce back, and the biggest thing I think about Zerline is when he does miss, he seems to answer the bell quickly and make big kicks at big moments, and just have a lot of confidence in him. Obviously, Anger's punting the ball at one of the highest levels in the league, and I think his average for the year set a franchise record. So, and then I know Bones has the coverage group and the protection groups all ready to roll. So I feel really good that that phase of our game is going to really show up and can give us a win in that phase.
And thank you very much, Stephen. Enjoy the game tonight, and thank you for encouraging fans not to sell their tickets. Got to be Cowboys fans this weekend, Sunday. You can hear that game right here on The Fan. As always, appreciate the time.
Great being on, guys. Have a good week.